Tonight, with more than 800 traffic deaths in Texas this year alone, some state officials are working to ban texting and driving as soon as possible. Good evening, Southeast Texas. I'm Ashley DeVriend. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, Port Arthur police officers are searching for a woman accused of striking a police officer with her vehicle and fleeing the scene. Tonight, as summer approaches, more motorcyclists are taking to Texas roads, and TxDOT has named May as Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month. Well, good news, it's National Margarita Day today.
It is good news. The real question, though, becomes salt or no salt? How about for you?
Oh, no salt. No salt.
No salt.
But definitely frozen.
Only frozen.
Only frozen. Big congrats to the Silsbee Tigers. Moving on to weather tonight, Carrie Cooper joins us now for a first look at our forecast. And Carrie, it was raining this weekend. Are we in the clear to start the work week? Tonight, a home is destroyed after it was engulfed in flames just hours into the new year. Beaumont Fire Department responded to the 1300 block of Fulton Avenue, and the fair will be back open tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Carrie Cooper joins us once again for another check of the forecast. What can families expect if they are headed to the fair this week?
Oh, much better.
Oh, again?
Now
really?
he's hooked.
Is this necessary? I think the Gators had enough to eat. That's been enough.
In captivity this amount of time.
All right, we're going to take a break. Thanks, James. We appreciate your braving the elements and the Gators this morning.
3 dead and 7 injured after an explosion. Tonight, 3 local links to the college football championship game. Interstate 10 is back open after a crash involving 18-wheelers shut it down. Floodwaters are destroying the town of Deweyville. Take a look behind me here. This is the Newton County Sub-Courthouse. Waters here 8 feet deep. This is what's left after a tornado ripped through the Odom family's home on Saturday morning. What they have found: his boat, his truck, but still no sign of the missing man. Strong winds and on and off showers here at Rollover Pass at Bolivar Peninsula. But locals here tell us they're used to this weather. The only thing they're concerned with is water taking over Highway 87. Good evening, Tiffany and Greg. Lamar police began sending these alerts in April. This tree pinned down a 29-year-old man while he was sleeping. Water and debris here on Highway 87 as Gulf waters approach the road. Usually this part of the shelter is loud, full of barking dogs waiting to be adopted. Now, silence. All that's left behind is the rubble. Greg and Tiffany, Louisiana State Police have not determined the exact cause, but here's what we do know. A 25-foot tall tank exploded earlier today at about 11:10 in the pulp mill section of this mill, and as you can see behind me, there is still a small police presence right at the front gates of this mill, and again, that is off of Highway 190 West. Jasmine, he's recovering tonight at Herman Memorial Hospital in Houston with non-life-threatening injuries. Houston police tell us he was struck in the face by either bullet fragments or debris, and he began losing consciousness when he was trying to get help. I spoke with his colleagues here at the sub-courthouse in Port Arthur. They say they're very concerned for their coworker, and the commissioner, Michael Senegal, tells us employees here operate more like a family, and their deepest concerns go out to Gillum tonight as he recovers. There are Alabama and Clemson fans here at Buffalo Wild Wings tonight, but they all say that their eyes are on those 2 local athletes playing for Alabama. Now, Tony Brown graduated from Ozan High School. He started tonight.
KFDM's Ashley DeVriend is live now in Orange. Ashley, did they say anything to you about the charges they're facing tonight?
Greg, Tiffany, all 3 suspects were silent. They didn't have any answers to my questions, but we did obtain these court documents which explain the kidnapping in great detail. Why did you do it? The suspects hid their faces as police took them to the Orange County Jail. All 3 are teenagers and undocumented immigrants from Honduras. Do you have anything to say to the community or the family affected? None of them talked or answered any questions.
I'm just very pleased to say that our agency did work very hard and diligently to follow leads and run down some information that we were able to obtain, and we were able to actually get the suspects.
Detectives say German Borjas, Henry Rivera, and Eric Bustillo kidnapped attorney Jim Sharon Bearden Jr. last week. The probable cause affidavit says they broke into his home wearing ski masks and held a gun to Bearden's head, threatening threatening to kill him. They stole cash and guns, then forced Bearden to take money out of his account at a Capital One bank in Port Arthur.
We're continuing the investigation, but at this point it does seem to be an isolated incident. But I would say that just to be aware of your surroundings, to be aware of anybody that you might feel seems to be in your area quite often if they don't have a need to be.
The suspects gave Bearden one of their phones and FaceTimed him while he was at the bank. Bearden went through the text messages on the phone and sent a cell phone bill to himself. Police later used that information to track down the suspects.
We're holding up okay. I mean, it's been a tremendously stressful and traumatic ordeal. Certainly something that you never anticipate to have to go through.
After dropping off the cash, Bearden got away safely. Police arrested the suspects in Port Arthur just 4 days after the kidnapping. Now, Bearden and his family are trying to move on.
You pray and you cry.
Detectives say this investigation isn't over yet. Be sure to stay with us for updates. And if you're interested in reading these court documents, go to our website. That's KFDM.com. Live in Orange County, I'm Ashley DeVriend, KFDM 6 News.
Ashley, what else did police find inside of his home?
Greg, Tiffany, police seized stolen items ranging from watches to TVs. Thousands of dollars worth of stolen property, all found right here inside his apartment.
I'm innocent until proven guilty. And that's all I got to say. Stop taking my picture.
Beaumont police are escorting Johnny Martin out of the police station. His next stop, the Jefferson County Jail. Investigators say up until his arrest, Martin was getting into places where he didn't belong. They accuse him of committing about 30 burglaries of houses and businesses.
Well, I'm sure glad they got him.
Steve Edwards owns Seafood Lover, a shop right next to where Martin lives. Detectives say Martin was storing more than $30,000 worth of stolen property.
I really didn't know what was going on. I had an earthly idea, but I knew there's a lot of trouble back there.
Edwards was arriving at work when he saw police take Martin into custody.
I don't think that people do things like that, but they do. It's unnerving when you do get broken in or you get stolen from. It's a violation of your privacy.
He was a mastermind behind a crime spree.
Watches, jewelry, and TVs were among the long list of stolen property found in Martin's apartment. Detective Tina Llewellyn says Martin is also involved in drug dealing and prostitution.
This guy would fund drug addicts, and when we did a search warrant on his phone, he actually manipulated drug addict after addict after addict to where he had them stealing from people, from stores, businesses, and in exchange for an $80 pill for a $20,000 wedding ring.
Steve Edwards has this message for police.
Tell them to keep up good work, get them all.
And detectives believe there are several others involved and expect to be making additional arrests soon. Live in Beaumont, Ashley DeVriend, KFDM 6 News.
Ashley, what does this mean for the city?
Well, Greg and Tiffany, the expansion of this subdivision reflects the growing demand of people wanting to move to Beaumont, which should increase the population and spending within the local economy.
All in favor say aye.
Aye. Unanimous approval for the expansion of 2 subdivisions, Willow Creek Country Club Estates and Doge's Diamond D Ranch.
We're really excited about the growth, and we're on the west end of Beaumont.
With the Planning and Zoning Commission's green light, landowner Mike Doge says Diamond D Ranch is expanding by about 55 acres.
And that's going to give us like 60 new lots when that opens up, and that should open up this summer.
That means 60 more homes for families just outside Beaumont city limits.
It gives them an option. Most of the movement in Beaumont has been north over the last 10 or 15 years, going into Lumberton.
Now families can buy lots here, just west of Beaumont. And Willow Creek Country Club Estates approved to expand by 16 lots.
Demand is up for people wanting to live in Beaumont, and so this is a reaction to that.
Christopher Boone is the Director of Planning and Community Development. Boone says there has been an increase in builders and developers seeking approval from the city to build more homes.
It's going to be increase in population, increase in revenue, people shopping at our stores, people eating in our restaurants. But again, anytime the population goes up, it's a good thing.
Good for the city
and for the local economy.
Things are fixing to happen out here. It's really, you know, with the more rooftops we have, the more things we'll get out here.
And Mike Doge expects there to be restaurants and a gas station to pop up near this subdivision within the next few years. Ashley DeVriend, KFDM 6 News.